Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. So I just wanted to have a little, I'll take my sandals off. I just wanted to have a little bookish chat, shall we? How corny is that? So anyway, I was gonna do a book tag video today, and I was like, I really just wanna read, so I wanna get right into that, but I thought I'd just catch you guys up on what I'm reading and all that kind of stuff. So, I am now at about 70, I'm on chapter 25 of Eliza and Our Monsters. I was gonna try to finish it by Sunday, but we actually had a lot of stuff going on this weekend. So I put it off and I didn't finish it. But I did read 2 more short stories from Summer Days and Summer Nights by Stephanie Perkins, which I've been reading for 2 years. So my goal is to finish, I only have 100 exactly. I'm on 283, and I think there's 283 pages, or 383. There's 384 pages. So I am exactly 101 pages away from this. So I'm hoping to finish these 2 books this week. That should be really easy. And then I wanted to talk about, oh, well, and I'm also reading, but I'm not any further into it. Good Bay. I don't even know what language that is. Did you guys, have you ever seen Cirque du Soleil? So I'm like obsessed with Cirque du Soleil. Like I love it, right? I've seen Zumanity is my favorite. O is my second favorite. O is phenomenal. Zumanity is probably not real family oriented. So if you go to Vegas, don't take your kids to go see. I don't even think they can go see Zumanity. It's very sexual and sensual. But anyway, but it's very cool. And I've seen so many of them. I can't remember the other ones I've seen. I've seen like 5 total. But you know, they use their own language in Cirque du Soleil. Like it's invented language. Isn't that cool? I love that. Like they use they pick up words from certain languages and then they like make up their own language within it. I learned it about the one with the ball. What's the one with the ball? It's like the worst one I've seen. It's one word. I can't. Mystique. Mystique or Mystère? Mystère. That's like my least favorite, but like that's where I found out that they do that. So anyway, because it was like in the program or something. I'm still at the same place that I was on Goodbye Days from Jeff Zintner. I'm gonna renew the book from the library and I'm gonna finish reading it as well. Maybe next week, maybe I'll have a big reading week. So, that was kind of loud. Hi, if I were king of the forest. Okay, so I kind of really want to read this book, even though it's my read-along book for everybody in the month of October. But I was so excited when it came in the mail. Oh my God! And that is The Library of Souls by Richard Denny, who on Booktube is Richard's Book Nook. So, in my last 2 videos, I have linked it. Look at the cover, it's so beautiful. Be careful what you check out, it says on the back. And then, the only thing is, oh, he does have an author. I didn't see it because it was the last page. Richard Denny resides in Texas. He enjoys reading, writing, pizza, horror movies, making YouTube videos, and fending off wicked demons with bad hairdos in his spare time. I love his author pick so much. Look at that. All right, girl. So anyway, but I'm super excited about this, and he made his own pictures on here that are very spooky. And if you go into his channel, he even has a whole video on how he made these videos, or how he made these pictures. So, and if you get this, there's little extras in here too, extra pictures that you wouldn't get if you get the Kindle version. So, it's $8.99. I'm not sponsored. One of the things I decided I was gonna start doing was, so if you're a booktuber out there and you have a book published, please let me know. Because starting in October, I'm gonna pick a book every month by a booktuber, and I'm gonna read it, and if anybody else wants to read it with me to support fellow booktubers that are also authors, I think that would be a phenomenal thing, because it's kind of what led me to Booktube to begin with, was that I was an author, and that's how I found a lot of other people. So for October, we're gonna do The Library of Souls by Richard Denny. A lot of people have already ordered theirs and got theirs and sent me pictures and said they're gonna read it. Let me know what book you think we should pick for November. What booktuber out there has a book out that you think we should all read together, and then I will pick one, and that's what we'll do. Because I wanna start supporting authors on Booktube and AuthorTube as well, okay? So there's that. Then I wasn't gonna show this, but so my husband and I, a couple years ago, started getting a book like every 2 months together and reading it collectively as a couple. And we started doing this with the 5 love languages, which was really, really helpful to us as a couple. And I don't know if you are on my vlog, you'll hear me talk a lot about my relationship with my husband and you know, like we go to marriage counseling, not because our marriage is falling apart, but because we want to have the best marriage possible, right? And it really helps with communication and things like that. And as a person that has been a counselor for most of my life, what I know is that those that seek out self-care and help long before there's a problem have the better chance at success, right? So this book was suggested to us and we went and got it and we are loving it so far, you guys. It is fantastic. The 5 Love Languages, I would absolutely, absolutely recommend to any couple. Buy it. Force your husband, your girlfriend, your partner, whatever, to read it with you. Read a chapter at a time and then discuss it. Makes for very interesting Sunday afternoon lunches. And I think you guys start seeing each other in different ways. And the book that we are reading right now is Hold Me Tight, 7 Conversations for a Lifetime of Love by Dr. Sue Johnson, the developer of the emotionally focused couple therapy, the most successful approach to building loving relationships. And, you know, Alex and I talk a lot about how we want to be that couple that, well, he's 12 years older than me. So if I was 82 and he was 70, that we'd still be like holding hands like at a restaurant and like still be very romantic and passionate towards each other. And it takes work. It's not something that happens overnight. I don't talk a lot on here about nonfiction books, but since I'm kind of just talking about what I'm reading and where I'm at, I thought I would do that. So Hold Me Tight, 7 Conversations for a Lifetime of Love by Dr. Sue Johnson. And I got this at Barnes & Noble and paid $27. Sue Johnson, you're basically getting rich. So anyway. Okay, then the next thing I wanted to talk about is that Tom Talks Books and I don't know the author of this book, so I need to look it up. Tom, at Tom Talks Books, he and I are buddy reading The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. And, okay, so this book, I just have to tell you, he is on chapter 12, I'm on chapter 10, the last we spoke, which was a couple hours ago. This book is nothing like I thought it would be. Well, first of all, right out of the gate, it gets a little sexual. And so I think it would be considered more new adult than young adult. But over time, like, I'm not to a point yet where it will be that way, but like the story develops and it kind of goes off of that. I will tell you that the main character, Monty, is a partier, talks a lot about drinking, things like that. So if you're somebody that doesn't want to read those things on there, this probably isn't the book for you, but it's definitely a time period. I mean, we're talking about the King of France and things like that. And it's about this guy and his best friend, and he's like a lord, I think. Monty is a lord and his best friend. And they go to like the mainland from the UK, from England to like France, and then like through Italy and places. I'm not there yet, they're still in France. But it gets very suspenseful very quickly. And I'm totally into this. Like, I am like 5-star plus. It is so well done and such a different concept. And this is what I was talking about when I was talking about young adult the other day. Is like, can we do young adult in a way that like is something new? Like, I mean, I love young adult, right? But if we're going to tell the same story over and over and over again, and this is very much like, you can kind of tell it's an LGBTYA, but done in a way that's never been done before. So it makes it even more enjoyable to read because you're like, I've never seen this before, right? And it's very much in their heads. There are other things, there are medical issues they talk about. There's a sister who is like one of my favorite characters, and I thought I would hate her at the beginning, but she's like turning into one of my favorite characters. It's so lively, but emotionally deep at the same time. It's just really well done. And I definitely would recommend it. It's getting rave reviews everywhere. The audio version, which he and I are both listening to, is awesome. And I love the narrator of it. So that's that. Now, the next thing I want to say is, so Zach Cole, who is an author that sent me his, I bit my tongue, sent me his book, and I showed it in a video. You do not have to do this, okay? But I thought this was so nice, so I just want to give Zach a shout out and also show. So he messaged me and he was like, could you update your Amazon wish list? Which my Amazon wish list is like, I don't know. Go on my Goodreads if you really want to know what I want to read, but like, my Amazon wish list is so old. And so he was like, well, I want to send you something. And I was like, you don't have to do that. And he was like, yeah, like you're the only booktuber that like showed my book and like talked about it. It would really mean a lot to me if I could send you something. I was like, well, you don't have to do that. So he sent me, and he said in here, I love the little notes. He said, I feel kind of bad for encouraging the little book whore inside of you, but I hope you enjoy. And then there was another little note in here too. And he said, because he sent me 2 books. Enjoy and thank you for being amazing. Booktube needs more booktubers like you. Let me know what you think of this title. I'd love to hear a review about it. Oh, well, he sent me a copy of his book, but his book isn't in here, so I need to message him about that. Because he said he was going to send me a copy of his book, but his book is not in here. So, I don't know if it's even... Nope, there's only 2 in here. So they must be sending his copy of his book separately. But, these were 2 on my wish list, and he sent this to me. This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I have never read a Victoria Schwab or a V.C. Schwab book ever, so I'm very excited about this. I've heard very mixed reviews, but I'm going to go into it with a totally open mind and open heart because I'm really, really excited about this. So Zach, thank you. That was so nice. You did not have to do that. I really appreciate that. And then the second book, which I tried desperately to get an ARC, but I'm a nobody booktuber, so they didn't want to send me an ARC. So he sent me the real book, and that was Caraval, Remember, It's Only a Game by Stephanie Garber. And I too have heard like really mixed reviews about this, but the people that loved it really loved it, so I'm super excited about reading this as well. Super, super excited. So yeah, that's all of my stuff right now. Look at all of this. Oh my Lord. Yep, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood for reading, so I'm gonna go read and eat my dinner. I'm starving! And that was my little rambling book update, my Booktube update. So I hope you guys are doing wonderful. I love you. Put in the comment section below, Put in the comment section below your most anticipated release for the rest of 2017, because I don't know what's coming out and I would like to know. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.